They come to an agreement about what needs to be repaired and how much it should cost.
Teammate investigator Alan Cohn brings us inside the process tonight with some unbelievable video of one recent negotiation. Alan.
Keep in mind, we all pay our insurance premiums with the expectation that if our car or truck is ever damaged in an accident, it will be repaired correctly and professionally. Key to this process is the person the insurance company sends to determine how much repair should cost. As you're about to see, sometimes that process turns ugly.
This is David Eckhart, and he's trying to determine whether the hood of this car has been damaged in any way. Who is Mr. Eckhart? He's an insurance appraiser, one of Allstate's good hands people. For 3 hours, a surveillance camera recorded Eckhart appraising the Celica. Among the hang-ups, whether the car's hood needed to be replaced. The owner of Slater's Auto Repair in New Haven claims this was the culmination of 3 weeks of contentious haggling over the cost of repairing this 2001 Toyota Celica.
I've never, ever seen an appraiser in this condition. There's got to be something wrong with him.
What David Eckhart didn't know, didn't realize, or didn't care about was that everything he was doing and saying was being caught on the surveillance camera.
Actually, the signs at Slater's are hard to miss.
It's very cold and bitter, and so he doesn't care how long it takes to repair this vehicle.
And is that what you guys mean by you're in good hands with Allstate?
Well, the behavior depicted on this video is clearly unacceptable, and it absolutely is not condoned by Allstate whatsoever.
Allstate Blue spokeswoman Yashima White in from Philadelphia specifically to respond to this videotape and how local representatives dealt with it. It turns out several body shops have filed complaints against David Eckhart, but the association that represents collision shops charges he is merely playing the part of a good soldier in the insurance industry's war to cut costs.
They're telling their appraisers they have to meet certain numbers, either for aftermarket parts, for the amount of parts straightened, and for so much used. And, you know, they're holding it against these guys if they don't come up with certain numbers. It affects their pay raises, their bonuses.
The Auto Body Association of Connecticut is in the process of filing a lawsuit claiming appraisers are deliberately giving shops a hard time to secure for these insurance companies advantageously low final repair estimates.
Most of us out here in the industry are accepting these rates under duress. You know, if we don't, we might as well just lock our door and go home.
Because of our belief, indeed, in our motto of being the good hands people, that we believe in epitomizing customer service, that would not be the experience in our claims organization.
This videotape is also forcing Allstate to look into how one of Eckart's bosses in the company's Farmington office dealt with it. If you remember, when Eckhart was swinging around the car hood, it appears to have struck another vehicle in the shop. Slater's owner claims when a supervisor showed up to deal with the problem, he said,
"Well, then we'll put the damage from the truck on the Celica supplement."
And what did you say?
I said, "You sure you want to do that? That's not a lawful thing to do."
In fact, Pavlenko gave us a copy of what he says is the falsified bill and the check signed by Allstate Supervisor Steve Alden. In a letter to the State Insurance Department, Alden acknowledges he made an error in judgment, but he says he was simply trying to settle the claim and get the vehicle back to the customer.
And I assure you that would not be condoned, nor is that acceptable. And based on the outcome of our internal investigation, we would be completely and ready to take the necessary and appropriate corresponding action.
Connecticut Insurance Commissioner Susan Cogswell has launched her own investigation.
And it certainly should not count in any way against the insurance of the individual whose car was originally damaged and was being inspected.
The question is whether any of these issues would have been brought to light if not for a very well-placed surveillance camera at a New Haven body shop.
The Connecticut Department of Insurance says it has completed its investigation but hasn't made any decisions yet about sanctions against Mr. Eckhart or Allstate Insurance. The insurance commissioner does say the company has been told it can't bill a customer for collateral damage done by one of its appraisers. keep them in.
Alan, any way to determine how widespread these kind of problems are?
I don't know if there are too many other cases
Yeah.
of people jumping on hoods like that, but auto body places say that they are routinely given hard time by appraisers for a whole bunch of companies around Connecticut.
I look forward to a follow-up.
Okay.
All right, Alan.